Good morning and welcome to Member Focus Monday. I'm Christina Schaefer, Director of Social Media for HAR. June is Pride Month, and here with us to discuss everything around the LGBTQ plus real estate community is Anita Blue, who is the 2024 President of the LGBTQ plus Real Estate Alliance. Welcome to the program, Anita.
Hey, Christina. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. Definitely want to say thank you to Bob Hale and Thomas Mouton as your leaders there here in Houston at our association, and I appreciate this opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. I know June especially is a very busy month for the Alliance. There's so many things going on, so many educational opportunities for people to take advantage of to learn how to better serve this community, and that's what we're going to discuss today. Some of the barriers that this community faces, and also ways to better serve this community. So tell us a little bit about the Alliance first before we get into everything else. What does the LGBTQ plus Real Estate Alliance do? What are their goals?
Well, I'd like to just introduce myself, Anita Legacy
Yes.
Blue. I call myself Legacy as well. My pronouns are she, her. I live here in Houston and, of course, the national president for the Alliance. Our goal here is definitely to fight for LGBTQ plus, fair housing in the industry of real estate. I am a realtor, a motivational speaker, an author, and a 35-year retired Air Force veteran. So I bring a wider range of leadership skills to here to help us to move forward. But we wanted to quickly just pivot a little bit about, June and Pride Month. Thank you for wishing us Happy Pride Month, as a lot of us have come out and celebrated and made posts. I know I spoke a bit with you about posts, and I want just to highlight NAR and thank them, the National Association of Realtors, for celebrating Pride. But unfortunately, everybody doesn't believe in this month being in existence. And why do we even have to celebrate our community? Well, we have to celebrate because we're all different and diverse and have freedoms in the United States, correct? We talk about it in all of our documents, we the people, liberty and justice for all. But we've seen some of that not be displayed in our country and in our industry sometimes as realtors. So I would just ask everyone to be mindful of that. We do have a code of ethics. It's called Article 10, and just do what's right and say what's right, and be great community leaders as realtors.
Thank you. Thank you
So
for
the
sharing that.
Alliance,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the Alliance quickly, we've been around since June of 2020. We call ourselves the baby of the bunch for diverse segments. And we've grown quickly from 0 to 4,000 members in a short time. Our anniversary will actually be June the 23rd, so we're excited about that. And, we have a lot of events going on for Pride. And we're here to service our community, protect our community, and advocate for it.
Very good. So I know that education is probably something that's very important to the Alliance. Do they offer educational opportunities to agencies and realtors that they can take advantage of?
Absolutely. We have what's called a Allied Certified course that can be taken and given. Actually, one of our members, Director of Education here with us, Alex Cruz, it was a course that he created, has been trademarked, so it's officially a course, and you can get CE credit for it if your state allows that. And it's just going to educate you on how to move through, in a actual transaction with someone from the LGBTQ plus community, what we like, our dislikes, and, how to better service us in knowing where we are, some of our culture. What do certain things mean? Why do we want to use pronouns, right? Informs are a big part of that as well, and learning how to address us, bring us to the proper home, and go through those processes. So that's something that can be taken by anyone. We've done over probably 1,000 people already with the course. So education is key in anything. A lot of people's perception are their reality. And so we want to help you with that perception of who the community is, how you want to interact with us, and service us in the best possible manner as a realtor.
I would imagine there might be a lot of agencies that are offering similar education. Why is it so important for real estate agents and brokers to be educated by the Alliance?
Because we're one of the diverse segments, right? We have Asian Americans, we have Hispanic Americans, African Americans, and now we have the LGBTQ plus community, and we're all kind of different in different ways. And so, if you have a client who's LGBTQ, we kind of mentioned the pronouns, or their family size. So, what's important to us too is safety is a big concern.
Hmm.
So, normal couples who are, male and female, don't have to worry about certain things that we have to worry about or be concerned with. Our educational systems, the neighbors who we might move into a home with. So knowing some of the area when you're a realtor and how that area might function or neighborhood is very important to be able to bring that to your client that's in the LGBTQ plus community, so they can feel safe. Safety is the number one factor for us and concern for us ourselves and our families.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Many might not be aware about certain barriers to home ownership or issues like safety that you just brought up, that could affect this community. What are some of the current issues or trends that you're seeing, whether negative or positive, within the LGBTQ plus community, that might affect real estate agents when they're working with clients within this community?
So, we want to talk about where you can definitely look. So, well, most towns and neighborhoods, they're interested based on amenities and school systems. Our community buyer will usually have even more research that needs to be done. I kind of mentioned that. But some places you can go is the LGBTQ plus map. .org. That's an actual resource that can be used, or the Human Resource Rights Campaign, Equality Index. We have multiple resources where you can go and kind of check out things so you'll know where you need to move, how you need to ask certain questions to our community to give us all the feedback that we need to move forward. Along with looking for the good school and amenities, we want to definitely make sure that your children are welcome in the school districts, right? Some of those are barriers. In Texas right now, or in the United States, there's over 500 bills that are anti-LGBTQ, and that's being tracked by the ACLU. And so we have to be mindful of where we are, where we're moving, and that's definitely one of the barriers. We have to look at, when a family, we have something called the Great Migration from several states. Unfortunately, Texas is one of them, where people don't feel safe with their children and trans children. So realtors, how I have to be aware of that, how the family is dynamic is when they're trying to help them. And so these are some of the things that some of the people who are fleeing states are what we call now political refugees. And so it's kind of unfortunate. So we have those couple of barriers. And as I might mention, some of the biases that comes in from a realtor themselves, it can be a barrier as well.
So, according to the Alliance website, there's reports about discrimination and its impact on homeownership and homeownership rates. Can you discuss how you've seen discrimination change, maybe throughout the years, or even since the Alliance was formed 4 years ago?
Great question. So our 2024 report, which we have annual reports with the Alliance as well, shows that about 27.1% of our LGBTQ plus Alliance members believe discrimination against our potential home buyers has increased actually over the last 3 years. This is up from 21% a year ago and 17.9 in 2022. So that's even more concerning because we have 9.1 believe discrimination decreased from the previous year. So we talked about the post from NAR, myself being in multiple categories as a veteran. I usually open with that, hey, I'm a veteran, and I get a clap for that. But I don't get too much of a clap when I say I'm a lesbian. And so, it's just, from going to someone who's celebrated to someone who's like, oh, I don't know, and I did that for a long time, served my country. And so we all just deserve those rights and what's best for us. Indiscrimination, we face it daily. I've faced it personally myself as a realtor going out to actually service clients. I've had neighbors who've come up and asked me, did I need some help? Are you in the right neighborhood? Who's moving here? Are you moving here? And so I faced it as a realtor myself, trying to show homes and be there for my clients. And also, I've heard multiple stories of how it's shown up in increases. So I have a LGBTQ plus couple. They'll say, "Hey, you can move here, but we'll charge you double the deposit." So landlords play a big part in it too. And so it's just different little things that we're experiencing that discrimination in real estate for our community. And we need to definitely do a better job and speak out, right? Be present for people as we celebrate Pride. Why do we have a Pride Month? Because we want to celebrate who we are. that we're in the land of the free, right? The home of the brave. Why can't I say I'm prideful of who I am,
Hmm.
and have to be ashamed of that? I was in the military for a long time, and I said I was in a box. I could not be my authentic self until the last probably 5 years of my career. I said 35. And so I was able to come out and say, I have a wife, I'm married. And then I came into the real estate space to help people, to help community, not to have face discrimination in such ways that I have experienced. And so it's definitely,
Looks like we got a little hiccup
we
on.
can make a
There we go.
difference.
Okay, thank you so much. We got a little hiccup on our connection there for just a second, but we got a majority of what you said. And thank you so much, of course, number one, for your service, but for just being who you are. And like you said, being prideful in that and happy about that. And we've got some comments that are coming in. Of course, we got a thank you for your service from Alan. We've got some clapping hand emojis from Helen and a thank you so much. We really do appreciate not only you being here to spread this information, but oh, looks like we lost her. So we'll give her just a second to come back. If you have questions for Anita that I can address or bring up to her when we get her back, we'll go ahead and take a look at those. And there she is. Wonderful. That is okay. It happens every now and then. That's how we know it's a live show, right? But thank you so much. And if there are any questions for Anita, please type those in. We'll get to as many of those as we can. But again, thank you for sharing those examples, because I think it's important to highlight examples, and every community can be affected in so many different ways. Now, I know our members, many of them want to open themselves up and open their business up to make everyone feel comfortable and safe. So what are some tips that you could give our members to create maybe inclusive real estate practices into their business, and how can they best serve the LGBTQ plus community?
Well, like anyone, we want to be treated fairly, respected. We need realtors who recognize our buying and selling decisions are not as everyone else's.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to help. It's not a normal transaction. It could be a little different. So our most recent survey that we did, it focused on retirement, and found out that about 70% of aging LGBTQ Alliance members believe it's harder for them to choose a place to live in retirement than someone who is straight. So if you know who we are, if you know who our thoughts are and our beliefs are, it's going to be a part of that process. If you understand potential barriers, I promise you, you'll be a great agent, and not just for our community, for any diverse client that you might come across, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Alliance, I do believe, has made a difference. We have 4,000 plus members. We've showcased discrimination and called for change. We have successfully launched our consumer website. It's called LGBTQ+homes.com. The biggest thing we've done is truly given a voice to our community in the real estate industry. And we've partnered with ARIA, NAREP, and Woman Up. And what we created, Christina, is what's called Stop Hating Real Estate. .org is where you can go. It is a campaign where you can make a pledge to say, hey, I'm going to be more mindful of my biases sometimes, because we all have them. I'm not saying I don't have biases. I'm not innocent of anything necessarily, but if you can recognize a problem or an issue, that's when we can work forward or move forward to making it better for ourselves. And so if you want to make a big difference and you want to help out and you really are against hate or anything hateful to anyone, let's stop hating real estate. And go to that website, stophatingrealestate.org, and make your pledge to be better and be an advocate for what's right in real estate.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we are sharing the links to websites Anita mentions in the comments, so be sure to check those out. Now, Anita, when you're creating inclusive real estate practices and you're trying to create a safe and welcome environment for everyone, we're bound to sometimes make mistakes. What are your thoughts or tips for a realtor if they maybe unintentionally offend someone, or maybe they misgender them or use the incorrect pronouns, or what is your advice there?
Simply just apologize. Don't make it a super big deal. Just apologize once. Hey, I did not mean it. I apologize. I will do better to understand and work on, gendering you right. We all made mistakes. I myself have made mistakes.
Mhm.
So it's just don't make it a super big deal and kind of make it worse than it is. Apologize and try to do better because we're all human. We
Mhm.
all going to make a misstep or two. Give them a hug. Tell them I love you. I appreciate you. I love who you are. Just just be more caring and empathetic to a person. That's all we want to do is be included, to be seen, to be recognized and respected. I actually went to an event this weekend, and I've been out and proud for a while now, and I really kind of fell back into like I don't belong in this room. I don't feel
Mm.
safe. I feel like people are watching me. So it doesn't go away, right? We are human. We get triggered by things, and we need support and empathy. And you can join the alliance. You don't have to be LGBTQ plus. You don't have to be, um, you know, um, you just need to be an ally and want to be a part of the problem and solution. I mean, a part of the solution. I got a little shaken up. I'm sorry, I get a little emotional.
Yeah.
But I just want people to know that we are people. I'm a mother, a grandmother, an author, a motivational speaker. I'm a member of faith. And we just want to be out here and live our lives and be respected and treated well like any other person with those rights. So, Christina, I'll stop there.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. So let's talk about how we can learn more. What are some upcoming events or educational opportunities that you would recommend to Houston area realtors, whether offered by the Alliance or another organization?
I'm so glad you asked. We have multiple things. It's Pride Month, and so we're out and about. I'm going to be big. I was with the chamber here recently. They have so many events. I'm connected with Miss Tammy Wallace. I want to shout her out and the great work she's doing. But here with the Alliance, we have our first time home buyers seminar. That's going to be June the 13th. And we can get that linked to you to put up as well, Christina. June 13th, first time home buyer seminar. We also have one of our Alliance Certified Ally courses on the 13th, and June the 27th. We'll have another certified ally course. And so those are some of the big things that you can go and get some education around, being there and learning how to operate and function and do a transaction within the LGBTQ plus community. It shouldn't be too much different, but it is a couple of things that you would want to be educated on just to help you make the process a lot simpler and easier for you.
Excellent. So, how can Houston area realtors get involved or support the Alliance? We actually had some comments come in from Helen. I would love to join the Alliance. What is the process, and how does that go of joining the Alliance?
Awesome. Guess what we're doing this month? We have a membership drive, Helen. So thank you so much. We're excited to have you. You would just go to, realestatealliance.org and hit join. And you'll be able to put all your information in there and become a part of the Alliance. We have our national conference coming up in September in Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. It'll be September the 25th through the 28th. If anybody's interested in joining us there, we put on a phenomenal conference of education, and learning and growing and bringing family together. That's how I feel about the Alliance. It's the family that I didn't have for a long time. Being able to be out, to be head of a national organization. I couldn't imagine it, Christina, in my wildest dreams, but it is a reality for me now. So that's one of the biggest things you can do. You can show support by going to Pride events, or if your office or your brokerage is having anything, if you have anybody in your office or brokerage who is LGBTQ plus, support them. Ask them what they're doing. Are they celebrating? How are they celebrating? And just be out and about, amongst us because we need you. And we would appreciate all the support that we can get.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Well, you've shared quite a bit today. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our members?
Well, I like to just say, you're probably an ally. There's only every 1 in 3 persons is LGBTQ, whether we believe it or not. And a lot of them are silent. Let's break that silence. Let's allow people to be who they are and who they feel like they are. It doesn't matter. We all are individuals. We all have wants and needs, and we need to be able to express ourselves truly and not hide or be ashamed. So please support the best way you know how by just saying thank you. I see you. I appreciate you. We're glad you're here because I don't want to end on the worst note, but mental health and suicide are one of the biggest things that LGBTQ plus community faces from not being accepted, from not, having your family say you don't belong with us anymore. And so please just support, be there, be empathetic, and just love one another like we should do.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for sharing your story with us today and ways that we can get involved and better educated to serve this community, because that's really what it's all about at the end of the day. So thank you so much for your time. I didn't see any other questions come in. Of course, people just wanted to know how to join. We shared that link in the comments, so please go check that out. Take a look at some of the educational opportunities that Anita mentioned and take advantage of everything that's going on this month. There's a lot of exciting things. So Anita, thank you again for your time today. This was wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Truly appreciate it. Well, next Monday we will be joined, a completely different topic. We will be joined by Edward Monker, HAR's Director of Cybersecurity and IT, and he will be talking about cybersecurity, how to protect yourself, specifically also with using AI tools. As we know, there's so many of them. How can we protect ourselves and our clients? So that's what we'll be talking about next week with Edward. Anita, again, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Christina.
Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.